This podcast is recorded at the Zone Gym studio.
You're listening to the Raw Reality Podcast hosted by Tori and Fit with Lily.
Tori story. We're back in the studio. Welcome back to our podcast.
Why does it feel like we've not recorded a day in our life?
Because we actually haven't. It's been so long. There's been so much that's happened in between. Thank you for bearing with us the past month.
Yeah.
We still had 2 episodes in Melbourne and then 2 back-to-back solo episodes from previous guests. But we're back together and we have some catching up to do.
We have quite some catching up to do. I actually don't even know where to begin, to be honest.
I was trying to write my notes and I feel like so much has happened, but I can only remember the big things. And even then I'm like, it's only the past week. So I'm like, what happened before that?
Yeah, I actually couldn't even tell you.
No.
But
I'm going to start off with something.
yeah, let's rewind it.
And no, we're not rewinding.
Okay.
It happened this morning.
Oh,
and it's very intense. But you know what? We're just going to go straight into it.
Okay.
I got my period yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And this morning, I just forgot I had it. And then I got some cramps coming here in the car and I was like, oh shit, I have it. And then, sometimes how it just doesn't want to go up. It's up and then, oh my God.
Yeah.
Sometimes it slips right up and other times it just fucking does not
You've got to
move.
shove it up there.
And it's stuck and you're like, oh my God.
yeah.
So it's just so uncomfortable when that happens. And I just know that all the girls can relate. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's the worst thing in the world.
Thanks for the TMI to start the
That's
episode.
okay. I just thought we'd start off with some
Some real close connection. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin, but let's rewind it to like when we recorded in Melbourne.
Yes. And you left for Europe 2 days later.
A few days later. Yeah, okay. So basically just Europe.
Yeah.
For me.
Where did you start in Europe?
Where did we start? We flew into, I feel like I'm just going to give the whole Europe recap.
I'll just chill.
Yeah.
But actually, I'll come in and ask questions.
Okay, cool. So we flew into Germany, Munich, and we stayed there for one night. And the first part of the trip was kind of like travel after travel. So we flew into Germany and stayed there for the night. We did like this random like street session just like get the body moving. Stayed there the night. Then the next morning got a bus straight to Augsburg. And there's just like all like different towns and stayed there the night. And we trained at a gym in Augsburg and then got dinner that night. Then the next morning we got the bus to Aalen, which is where the competition was. So then we finally got to like settle there for like the week, which was good because it was just like land to go. And so we got to Aalen, which is where the comp was held, and we had 2 trainings at a gym, just like another Acro gym. And then from there we moved into the competition venue. So basically how like these comps work is once you get over there, you generally like to get there a few days before to like adjust to jet lag and things. And then it's up to you and your coaches to organize your own training pretty much. We had our first training was just us, and then the second 2 was like with the Australian team, but it wasn't organised by Gymnastics Australia. Make that make sense. And then from there, day 4 of training was at the competition venue, but just in the warm-up gym. So we got to go and just like be in the arena and just get used to it. And then the day before comp is podium training. Podium training, like how I like to explain it, is like captain's run. So, for AFL, the day before they go out in the oval, get a touch for it, kick the ball, all the things. It's basically that. We get probably like, it varies from like 2 to 3 hours of training, where you get like 20-minute warm-up and then you get 30 minutes on each warm-up floor. There's generally 2 or 3.
I wish we did that in cheer, but it doesn't work because you got like 20, 30 per team.
Yeah. You need
So
like
it's
one team on the floor. Like you can't have.
And it would be it would be like a whole week to be able to do that. But it's annoying because every single sprung floor, it feels slightly different.
Yeah.
Some are hardened, some are soft,
even if
some
it's the
are
same
bouncy.
brand, it's different.
It's different. It depends on the flooring underneath.
Yeah, completely. So, 20-minute warm-up, 30 minutes on each warm-up floor, and then we got an hour on the competition floor. Germany feels so long ago. I can't even remember, but because these comps, there's obviously the World Cup section, which is what we did, and then there's like the International Cup, which is like the juniors and not the World Cup. So then all the Australian team trained together, and then I can't remember, we trained, I'm pretty sure, with Portugal and another country. So podium training, that's when you mix and you start to mingle. But it's so like daunting at the start because everyone's like so intimidating.
Yeah.
And
trying to act confident
Yeah,
as
you're trying to
well.
act confident and like be, you know, feeling good. But then you're also like watching everyone and feeling intimidated. But all our girls were like, oh, like no one's smiling at me. I'm like, they probably think the same about us. Like
Yeah.
they're probably just as intimidated as us, but you just don't like think about that. And then we had 3 days of competition. So 2 qualifying days and then finals day if you make it. So in Germany, we were against 10. We like felt pretty confident. We started with dynamic, which I love because it's like our fun.
Dynamic is the one where they throw the girls. It's a lot more movement. It's a lot more bouncy.
Throwing, catching. Yeah. And yeah, more fun. Like our dynamic routine's like very upbeat. And to start with that routine, I was so happy because I hate starting with the balance in an overseas comp because
especially nerves.
The nerves. Like you've got to hold your position and not move. And one little movement, see you later. So I was so glad we started with dynamic to like get the nerves out, throw it away, literally. And we did really well. We did like a clean hit routine and finished second on qualifying day 1 and scored 27, I'm pretty sure. So we went into day 2 feeling super confident. Day 2 was obviously balance, which is like the static holds. Generally, balance is like a slower routine. It's either sad or like intense. And we were freaking nervous. Like we were silent at the back, like just like no words were said at all. And I was just really nervous because for one of our skills, like it's literally completely up to me. And one little movement, like it's gone. And so you just put like all that pressure on yourself. And obviously like I wanted to just do really well because you know, you just don't know. Like just obviously. So yeah, we went out like really nervous but also confident at the same time. Did a really nice clean routine. Again, I think we scored a 27 and that put us 3rd for balance but 2nd overall over the 2 qualifying days. So we felt really confident going into finals.
Now, with finals, this is what confused me. So 8 teams make finals.
8 teams make finals.
They fully scratch your scores. So the first 2 days don't even count.
Yep.
Which is crazy because you think it'd just be consistency across the board. Like if you can hit 3 routines in a row in comparison to hit 2 and fall in 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty crazy. It can either work in your favor or not.
Yes.
So in this competition, it didn't.
Yes.
And I would have loved if it was all scores. But then other times, say like when I was at Worlds, when I was 18, we fell in our first routine, hit our second, just scraped into finals. So because our first score like wasn't great, we were so happy it was starting from scratch because then we could have done an amazing routine and won or you know
think it'd
podiumed.
be weighted. I know cheerleading's weighted, so it's like 25%, 75% or something.
Yeah, that's
like that.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's weird.
No, see, that makes way more sense to me.
So yeah, scratch scores. Everything starts from 0 on finals day. So yeah, it's like really anyone's game. Like you could come last in finals and then in qualifications and still place, obviously from top 8. We felt really confident. Our finals routine is like our favorite. We scored really high in Australia for it and we were really confident about it. And we came off the floor after the routine. Again, we hit. It was great. We felt so good. And we knew we had to be sitting first or second to like guarantee a medal and then third to like pray for a medal. And our score came up and we were ranked 4th and we were like, oh, what the fuck? Like we were actually really shocked. It felt like we were underscored a little bit. There was definitely room for improvement, but we were like really flat. Like I was so disheartened, like a lot of tears. Just because I think the worst part was like knowing your best wasn't enough because it felt like a really good routine in the moment.
It's not like you fell and it's like, well, I did stuff up. It's like we literally hit. Like what more can I do?
Yeah. So if that was like just really frustrating because I was proud of what we did, but then just frustrated of the scores, which you can't control. So you just kind of have to move on from that. But it was kind of a good fire and like kick to go into Poland. Had the banquet, the after party, flew to Poland the next day. And then we had, again, 3 days of training before podium training. So 2 at a different gym and then 1 day at the comp venue. The comp venue in Poland was huge, like massive arena. It was just crazy. And then it felt like a Worlds because it was just so big. And in Poland, we were against 14. So there was more countries. Poland was known to be like a bit of a bigger comp. And then we saw the countries we were against and we were like, oh, okay. I kind of ruled us out at this point because in finals, we knew that our difficulty let us down.
Well, it's like a comp that was not slightly easier, but slightly easier essentially. You placed fifth and then going into a harder comp the next weekend,
kind of just like,
knowing you can't add in triples, you can't add in anything. It's like, well, what the fuck are we meant to do?
Literally, like you literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
And we knew, like, we've been training 4 months. Like, everyone we're against had either done the Worlds the year before in juniors, had been together at least 2 years minimum. And so we were kind of just like, okay, we've just got to go out and do our best, basically. So we spent the 4 days of training in Poland before comp started, like picking apart our routines from Germany, focusing on the little things that like all the judges gave us feedback on. And we actually were able to add some value into finals because one of our skills we do in our balance routine, we do half of it in our finals routine. So we added like the whole thing. So it gave us like, I think it was like 47 or 50 extra values, which was actually a lot in the end. Because nothing else we could add. We hadn't been training our triples. Like, you can't just add in a skill. Like, it's not really known to do that in like 4 days. So we were very lucky that we could add in that transition in one of our skills to bump us up a little and just pray that it was enough. We picked apart our routine and spent the next week just like doing as much as we could. Our podium training in Poland was not great. It was like not horrible.
You need that though.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments because everything was pretty smooth. Everything felt good. And so when we had a average podium, like Soleil was quite upset about it. I was upset, but also I was like, well, we got the bad shit out of the way.
Yeah.
So like, we're not going to do that on comp day. So I kind of just looked at it like that. And so we hit everything, but it was just average. But it was our first ever time also doing a tour. So we've never done one comp to the next overseas because Australia's so far and they're never timed so closely. So it was also our coach's first time like
trying to peak you twice.
Trying to peak us at the right time. So again, went into day one of qualifications quite confident. Again, we had dynamic first, so happy about it. Super hit routine. Everyone loves our dynamic, super fun. We've got two very like unique skills that everyone loves and kind of sets us apart. Scored a 27. I think we scored exactly the same as Germany, 27-1-2 or something. Again, that put us second. And then went into day three a lot more confident than we were, day two, than we were in Germany. That week of training, I don't know what happened, but everything just felt so much more solid. So a lot more confident going into balance, which we scored a 28-1, 28-1-5 or something like that. Stoked, like absolutely stoked. Again, we walked off the floor feeling good, but then after Germany, we were like, who knows what our score could be? You kind of just get completely thrown. So super stoked, again, going into finals second. And each country like bring their own judges. So we were able to get some feedback from the Aussie judges and she was like, the judges love you. Like whatever you did today, just go out and do it again tomorrow. Like so confident, focus on these few things. And like that you should get rewarded because you're doing amazing. So we like got that little bit of a confident boost of like, okay, we're still in the game. And we did up our value. So we were just literally praying. Yeah. Went into finals day, super nervous, super excited. And I remember like on the side of the floor before we're waiting for our green light, I literally was praying. Like I literally was standing there. I remember messaging Jackson, I think the girls, the group chat the night before being like, everyone please pray for us. Like I just wanted to walk away from this comp with a medal because what we've put in and what we've done was like unheard of. So like so much hard work and just like such a short time. So I was praying. I was literally standing on the side of the floor and my friend Maddie was like, I went to like scream out to you being like, go Tori, you got this. And she's like, I just looked at you and you were just like, had your eyes closed and then you just looked up to the ceiling. I was like, I was fucking praying. I don't pray and I was praying. Manifesting, praying, whatever you call it. I was doing it all. I was like, whoever's up there, please, please reward us. And so I was like, we just need to go out there and do our job. And the wild thing, like from this whole tour, like I was able to be so present in every moment. Like I remember my last World Cup before I finished in 2019. Like I just don't remember anything. Like I was so sick, so injured. It was
also when you're younger though, you don't really
it's
understand.
completely different.
It's just so different. Yeah.
So different. And I just don't remember so many different things. Whereas I was so present, like in the routine. Like I remember how I felt in the routine on the floor in a certain part of the routine, like was just able to enjoy every moment. And I kept reminding myself of that throughout the whole tour, just like be present, enjoy the moment, like live it up while you've got it. And so we finished our finals routine, like absolutely stoked, like couldn't have asked for a better routine. Walked off the floor and you wait a whole routine before your score comes up. And straight after us was Portugal. Germany and Poland, every routine, they were straight after us. thank God we went after them because I didn't want to go after them. Portugal trio had won every World Cup this season. So we knew they were the ones to beat. Their difficulty is just like absolutely insane. Even my dad called. He was like, what the fuck? Like they're insane.
It was crazy.
And so we were sitting there and they finished their routine. So we were waiting for our score to come up and I literally grabbed the girls' hands. I was like, no matter what, like that was one of our best finals routines. Stoked with that, proud of it no matter what. And we knew, again, we had to be sitting first to guarantee a medal. And our score come up and I didn't even look at the score. I just looked straight at the ranking and it was first. And the girls just absolutely screamed. If you've seen the video, it's like my favorite video of my entire life. The girls just like jumped up and screamed and Soleil was like, we've got a medal, like absolutely stoked. Portugal came off the floor and they were so nice, like at the start so intimidating. And then by the time we got to know them, they were so lovely and they were like, great score, amazing. And then we ran out the back like crying, so happy. Yeah. But then because there was another routine to go, so we were third last, so there was two more. So we were waiting to see if we were second or third. And the Ukraine trio that were going last were pretty good. Like I thought they were going to beat us. And I think they had a fall or a mishap or something. So we're sitting out the back like waiting for the scores to pop up. And score popped up and we stayed in second and the girls just like lost it. And we just like ran out to like the hallway and our coach was there and we just like everyone was like bawling their eyes out and we called all our parents and stuff. And that was when we realised we'd got a silver medal, which was crazy because it was very similar to like my last World Cup where we guaranteed a medal and then we're sitting there waiting to see if it was second or third. So yeah, it was a very like insane moment and a very nice way to finish. Like it was disappointing we didn't get a medal in Germany, but to finish it in Poland at the harder, bigger competition was like...
And knowing you came back with a confidence as well.
Yeah, and like we worked so hard in that week of training, like every moment in the hotel, going over routines and stuff. So absolutely stoked with that. And yeah, we went to the banquet after party after and our coaches just got so many like coaches going up to them being like, oh, you knocked us out in finals. Like your girls are amazing and like definitely like made a name for ourselves, which was good in Australia. So that was very, very exciting and it was like the only World Cup medal that Aussie got over there, which is crazy. And then, we finished up and went to Dubai and just chilled out for...
Dubai seems so nice.
So cool. But Dubai is like Gold Coast on steroids.
Yeah.
Like literally so cool. So hot. Wouldn't recommend going this time of year because it's actually just cooked. And everything shuts between 12 and 3 because it's too hot.
Like getting to the 50s. Like I can't even imagine what that's like outside.
It's actually, you can't even explain it. Like the only way to explain it is like get in a sauna and
that's it.
Like live in it. Is literally how you explain it. Everything's like air-conned and it's made for like that temperature. But I
would still rather that than being freezing cold.
Oh yeah.
Every day of the week.
Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely same. So yeah, that was the tour. Absolutely wild. Changed my flight from Melbourne to Brisbane, surprised Jackson, and I've just been here for the week, just enjoying it before I go back.
So what are you going back? Are you staying?
I am going back. I go back.
Just to remind everyone, so essentially like you're meant to go back for May until May next year.
Yes.
And that's when the main Worlds was.
Yes, which has been moved.
To September. Next year.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic to every aspect of life.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back and train for 2 more months and then I'm going to come to the Gold Coast and do nationals and then just go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to do nationals on the Gold Coast because it's at home.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be nice, like friends and family can come watch. And I feel like just whatever happens, but I'm excited. It's nice to like have that medal and everyone's like, you could just finish on that. But I'm like, I'm keen to go back and train for a little bit longer and just...
I feel like you do so well at nationals if you place second in the world at those comps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of one of those things.
Yeah, it's more just for me, like finish at a comp in Oz.
Yeah.
Again, family, friends can come watch and just enjoy it all for what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed my time at home, that's for sure. Yeah. But that was the tour. It was crazy.
That was the tour. That was the update. And that's what's been happening in Tori Story's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just went to a World Cup.
Yeah, casually. My life has not been as crazy. Oh, look, it has been
pretty crazy.
But only the past week. Before that, I've been so busy just like working. I have been the busiest I've ever been with work, which has been great. And I think just equally my productivity, the way I work, the way I hold myself with work has been way better than ever before. I was saying to Tori and even Kate the other day, like the difference in how I used to be busy in comparison to my busy now is worlds apart. Like I would break down over having like literally such a minute amount of work, but for me back then it was so much. Whereas now I'm doing that tenfold plus a million other things. So it's crazy how we just evolve and adapt to the changes in our life. And you're busy back then is like a casual day now, which is so interesting. But that's really cool to reflect back on and see how much I have grown, because sometimes we only look at the way we have grown through like actual achievements and things like that, and maybe like a financial thing or hitting a goal, rather than actually seeing like how have I developed as a person. So that's really cool to look back on. But let's give you a prep update. I'm 10 weeks out, which is just...
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
No, I know. So I've been in prep for 14 weeks now.
No.
Yes, 14. That's how fast it goes.
No, that's
And I know
wild.
everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's going so fast. I'm like, yeah, it is. But you also haven't been in prep for 14 weeks, you know? It was like before my birthday, which is pretty much like the last week of March, first week of April. So it's been a long time. But I would say a few weeks ago, you guys heard me struggling, and that was definitely way harder. I don't know what's changed. I honestly think my body's just gotten used to like lower food, high energy output. So it's a much chiller now, even though my protocol is the highest I've ever been. But like, I don't know, I'm just used to it. Also so busy, I'm distracted, which definitely helps. I've been getting regular high days. So every fortnight I have a high carb day just to bring my energy back to baseline. So normally I have like, what's my carbs? I think on training days I have like 138 grams of carbs, and rest days is 89. So then for a high carb day, I get like closer to 300 or 285. So like they just really give me life, and then we push hard for another 2 weeks and we keep just going back and forth. So
it's like, at least you have those like locked in to look forward to.
And I can look, and I think that's been the biggest difference too, because before that I was like, my body's not responding, which it wasn't. I was stressed. There was no like, not end in sight, but I was like, oh my God, like I'm not responding. And that caused me to be like, I have to keep pushing. Whereas now I am responding, and it's just been time and patience. Like everyone's
and
like,
it's like you push and then like, okay, get a hard day, refuel and then go again.
And I just know that everyone's body is so different, but my body responds the best on way lower calories. And I just have to get to those low calories for a good month, and then my body responds. So if you're 2 weeks into a deficit and haven't seen a change, like it's literally because you just haven't given it time. It's been 14 weeks, and now I think I've lost 6 kilos.
Yeah.
Nearly 6, yeah. So we've definitely, and it's majority of that weight has been in the last month specifically. Like even Cade went away on a snow trip and he came back. He's like, you look completely different now in comparison to what I've seen you for the last like 10 weeks. So we really just all came together, which is great. Still got my period, obviously. Got it today, which is a huge slay. We'll be interested to see my next few, but hopefully it stays for as long as possible. Okay, let's just go from like my freaking busy week. So I signed with EHP, which was absolutely incredible. They're such a good company to work with. And they had a gala ball last Friday. And we were going to Hamilton Island on Saturday with, not Hamilton Island, I keep saying that, Airlie Beach on the Saturday with Cade's family. And Cade was in Melbourne with my family snowboarding. So we were like, it's really hard for us to go to this event. We'd have to move multiple flights around, book multiple flights. It's really difficult. But then we were like, you know what? Like literally 3 days before, we're like, let's just do it, because it's just meeting those people. We've been invited, like let's do it. So we changed all our flights, and I was like, okay, I just have to be so organized. Got a dress last minute. Like it literally came Thursday afternoon and I left Friday morning. If it didn't come, I actually don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
So we went to Sydney on the Friday for EHP Gala Ball, which was so incredible. They've been doing it for 7 years but never invited athletes, which I never knew. I thought it was their first one. So that was really fun, just like meeting everyone. I know a lot of girls anyways, and I've met them multiple times, but there was a few that I've never met before but have talked through socials. Like social media is so handy, like going to events now. I remember when I first moved to the Gold Coast and would go to an event and I would like literally stand there and be like, oh, I don't know anyone and no one knows me. And now I'm like, oh yeah, hey. And I'm like, oh, you just feel so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
So that was so much fun. And then we got home at like 10:30 and our flight out from Sydney was at 6 a.m. the next day. So I was like, literally 4 hours of sleep. So then we flew from Sydney to Brisbane because that's just the way the layover happened. And Kate thought he did his ACL. So while we're in Brisbane, we had a 4-hour layover. So we quickly went to the hospital to get an MRI on his knee, then back to the airport, and then we flew to Airlie Beach and we spent 3 days with his family, which was, oh my gosh, so nice. Just like one of those trips where you don't have a lot on and you can just work, train and chill.
Like stay in routine, but it's just different
staying
location.
Routine, but different location and so much like very, very zen. Like it's a very chill town. So that was so nice. His mum kept being like, I feel so bad. Like you guys haven't booked anything. Do you want me to do this jet ski tour? This. I'm like, Lauren, I want to do nothing. Like literally nothing. We had one full day, the Tuesday, where we went out on like a cruise to the Whitehaven Beach, which was amazing. So beautiful. And there was no reception all day. So I was kind of like looking forward to that. And yeah, it was literally just chill the whole time. Still trained, still did all my things. And then we flew back on Wednesday to Brisbane. And oh my gosh. Wednesday night, I don't know what happened, but his family were flying back to Sydney. Their flight was 45 minutes earlier than ours, and they got to the airport at the same time as us. And they were even kind of like, why did we do that? They went to check on, and they could still board, but their baggage was closed. And it's just a Jetstar. They're so, so strict.
Yeah.
So they were like, and there's only like 1 or 2 flights out of LA. Like it's very hard to get flights out of there, and they're all booked because of school holidays. And they're like, what do we do? But Cade and I they like have silver and gold, so they could put their bags with us. So we took 6 suitcases back to the Gold Coast while they got on their flight, and then they got a courier to pick it up from ours. But I have a tiny like Mazda 3, and we had to Tetris that shit in my car. And I didn't plan for them to put it in our car. So I have boxes in there. Like I have stuff everywhere. We know this. And I had boxes all through the back of my car. And I was like, oh my gosh. So the whole time, like Cooper, Kate's brother came back with us, and he's like shoved into this tiny little thing.
Luckily he's not that big.
Luckily he's tiny as well. And oh my gosh. But we made it work. Yeah. Anyways, got back that night. The next morning, we flew to Sydney at 2 or whatever. So I had the morning to like kind of unpack, repack, get my life started and go. And then we had the muscle shoot, which we're going to elaborate on next time, you reckon? Next podcast?
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to talk about our muscle shoot.
We're going to give you a full episode.
We're going to go from the start to the end and literally just like give you a debrief on that one.
Yeah.
So hang tight for that, which was amazing. But it's just been like I did 6 flights in 7 days, 10 weeks out while still trying to work full time. Like it's been a lot.
I was literally explaining it to Lucy last night because she was like, how was Sydney, whatever. And we were talking about prep and stuff. And she's like, how'd Lily go? I'm like, she knows what to do. Like she's done it a lot of times now. But I was like, we're literally at the airport. I'm going to give you the full rundown. We're going through security. I get bomb checked, first time ever. So he pulls me aside. I'm getting bomb checked. Lily's starving, needs to get the calories in. Opens up the suitcase, pulls out the scales, put the scales on the chair, pulls out her dark chocolate, snaps the dark chocolate, chucks it on the scales. Anyone watching is probably like, what the fuck?
This girl is psychotic.
What the hell?
Because if dark chocolate, if you snap it, yes, 1 block is 10 grams. But sometimes if it snaps slightly wrong, it's 13, and that's a big difference on a low cal day.
Yeah.
So I'm not messing around with that.
So she's handing me chocolate that she doesn't need to eat. Then she's like, and my bomb, I'm fine. I don't have bombs, guys. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
I feel like that's
funny.
the worst thing about prep. Like even just when we're sitting at Starbucks yesterday, and I had my salad bag, my chicken, and like using the scale in front of like everyone in Manly, and I'm like, people probably think I'm like have an eating disorder, not okay. And I'm like, guys, I promise, like, I don't really want to do this right now, but I just have to make it work. Like,
it's the protocol. We're doing
literally, the amount of like salad bags and tuna and plain chicken I had this weekend was wild. Yeah. Like, I'm done with that. Literally done.
So wild.
But yeah, it has been a lot. If it was my first prep, I literally think I'd be breaking down.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I know what to, and I know how far I can like push things and not push things, for example. Like when, I don't know, I feel like I used to have to be like, oh my God, like if I haven't eaten that, like I have to. And I'm like, it's okay to not eat for 7 hours, which no, it's not. But like, I will just back my calories and I will just deal with it.
Even when we landed last night and you went to the movies, like straight from the airport, I was like, this girl's cooked. Yeah, this girl is pushing limits right now.
Oh my God. So
the line's here. I reckon Lily's like, here.
I was like scraping the line. I did cry on the way to the airport.
Yeah,
But I just had to get it out and then I was
on the way
fine.
to the movies, you mean?
Sorry, on the way to the movies. But just because I was like, get it out and then you'll be fine. It was because my boyfriend. So he was like, we need to do something Saturday night because like his brother's up and he was like, let's go to the movies because I was like, perfect. That's the most chill thing we can possibly do.
Yeah.
I told this man we landed at 4:40 about 10 times.
He also re-said it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He did. Thank you. And I said I landed at 4:40. Yeah. At 3:30 p.m., I text him. I say, I'm taking off now. He goes, okay, perfect. I'll book movies. Cool. I'm thinking 7 p.m. So then by the time I land, get home, whatever. I land and I get a notification on my phone. I land, what time do we land? 4:40. Land at 4:40.
4:40, yeah.
Movies booked 5:30. Shit, are you going to make it? And I was like, what? That's in 45 minutes. And I've literally
And she had to drop me home.
And I had to drop Tori home. I've just landed on the tarmac. The airport isn't exactly next door to the movies. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can make it with 5 minutes spare. Go straight there. And he was like, don't worry. I'm like, I'm worried. You've already and I was like, in my mind, I was like, I just frozen Coke Zero. Large, extra large. And I was like, that's what's getting me through. And I really wanted to see the Superman movie. So anyways, so I dropped Tori home and Kate's like, I can bring you dinner. And I was like, what is there? And he's like, lettuce and tuna. I was like, fuck that. Like, I'd rather just starve. I have my frozen Coke Zero and I'll just cook everything when I get home.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I wasn't like, I think you get past the point of hungry and just whatever. And I was at whatever at that point. So I ate dinner at 8:45.
Nice.
But I had lunch at 1, which was salad. So there was no carbs. Now I had beef jerky on the plane, but again, no carbs. So I don't know how I do it, but I just do it.
But we're here and she's still kicking.
Got my period, so my body's not stressed.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's been wild the last few weeks, but we're a little bit tired.
Yeah.
I feel like I nailed my jet lag.
You always nailed your jet lag.
Yeah, I don't know how. Going over there, I like planned my sleep so well with my flights and when we got to Germany, like had the best sleep the first night and like straight into Germany time. It was great. And then coming home, I did the same thing. And I'm not jet lagged because I'm straight back into like normal sleep routine, but I'm just tired.
And it's not one sleep that
it's like exhaustion.
You need like a good week of nothing to actually like get back to life.
Yeah.
That's like when you have maybe you have a 10-hour sleep and it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like your body is in sleep debt and it just needs like constant back-to-back 8 hours and not doing stuff in between.
Yeah. So as soon as I get back to Melbourne for those 4 days that I'm there, I'm sleeping in every single day.
Yeah.
And I'll just be working because I have so much work to do and then back to training and I'm going to be sore. I just know it. I'm going to be sore.
Yeah.
But I literally fly to Melbourne Tuesday, go straight to training. So I literally have Wednesday, Thursday, and then I fly back to the Gold Coast Friday.
Oh, yeah, you do too.
That's my 30th flight for the year.
That's crazy. I need to calculate mine.
Yeah.
This really bumped it up.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm anywhere near there though. Yeah. I could be near the 20s.
Crazy.
I reckon I'd be near the 20s.
2025 is the year of living on a plane.
Living in
pretty
the
much.
air,
Yeah.
actually. Thank God we're not scared of planes.
Yeah, I think we spent more time in the air than on the ground.
I used to be like, when we were taking off on a plane, I used to have to like close my eyes, have my legs a certain way, my arms a certain way. And now I don't even know if we're on the ground or in the air. I'm like, oh, we're up now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I feel like I've gotten over my fear of flying. So if you have a fear, you just got to do it a million times.
Exposure therapy.
And literally, it works a treat.
Yeah.
Until Tori and I flew to Sydney and it was very
I'm
bumpy.
really good on flights. Like I've never been like,
Yeah.
I've never had a fear of flying anything. I think that's because I've flown since I was 3 years old by myself.
Yeah.
But that flight to Sydney was so bumpy.
Because we took off and then all of a sudden yeeted and U-turned.
Yeah.
And then decided to
And then in
bounce.
the U-turn, we're bouncing up and down. I was like, nah, I'd probably prefer to land
I was
back in Gold Coast right now.
But then all of a sudden, it's smooth seatbelt off. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like they waited a few minutes. It was literally like bounce out of one bump, seatbelt off. And I was like,
Yeah. But then it was like the whole flight was seatbelt on, seatbelt off, like up and
Yeah.
down, up and down. I was like, oh my God. And then coming into Sydney was not great either.
yeah.
But we're good.
Yeah.
I had an update and I've forgotten.
Do you want to give one more update from my end?
Yeah.
While you think about it? So at Zone, there's multiple people of us, prepping. And the stairs are starting to get put to use. So I know Emma goes in the morning, Mel goes roughly around midday, and Ruby goes in the afternoon. And then there's a few other girls who aren't on prep, but like will do the stairs or reversing out of their last prep, whatever. So they're getting a beating at the moment. Now, we all know that I don't train at the same time every day. Like my routine's like, I don't even know. So I don't really have like a strict stair schedule. It's just kind of like whenever I do my cardio is whenever I do my cardio. But I swear I know that I can't do it first thing in the morning because Emma does it. Majority of the time, if I'm doing after my session, Mel always gets here the exact same time and she beats it to me like by half an exercise every time. And I also am just like, whatever. So then I have to come back or I have to wait. And it's just like this, oh my God, it's such an annoying thing. So what Kate does, he's like, nah, had enough of that. I'm going to get you stairs from home. So he just messaged.
Did they come?
I think that where he needs to go pick them up and is you.
Oh, nice.
Because we need to like film and do content
Is
with
it
it.
the same one as out there?
They're old, so they put the new version in there and we got the older version just so it's slightly smaller.
But do you still have Netflix on there?
Yeah, we still have everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but I use it on my phone anyways.
Yeah.
I get really bored if I watch Netflix or YouTube on doing cardio. I have to edit, go through photos, reply to messages. I don't know why, but I find unless it's like a Sarah's day, it just goes forever.
Like it's like a really good vlog.
Yeah. So he messaged me, goes, I just got us stairs from home. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. So they're coming next week and I get to do my cardio first.
Put him in the garage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just going to like save me so much time.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
doesn't get a bike or an elliptical, gets stairs, like out of everything. But I was like, go King. If he wanted to, he would. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's a huge
such a win. Because being at the gym for like hours and on end, knowing I have legs and then 40 minutes of cardio.
And you could literally just be at home. And, like, even if you miss a day and you're like, well, I can do it at home on Sunday.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And you're not
what are
rushing
you, 4
to the
days
gym.
a week?
Yeah.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like when I come into zone now, it takes around like 15 to 20 depending on the traffic. So that's an extra 40 minutes. So it's like over an hour 30 basically by the time.
Yeah. If you're going there.
Yeah. So that's a huge slay.
That is a huge slay. Not much else on my front, I think.
You didn't remember?
Nah. Other than my boyfriend is like a workaholic. I don't really ever see him, but he's got like 3 staff members, which is
it's just
freaking crazy. So very proud of him, but I'm just like, hi, have you forgotten about me? But it's just that season of grind. And like the other day when we were in Sydney, we're trying to like plan when we're going to like go on a date or like just have some time. And he was like, yeah, in Japan. I was like,
the problem is his footy. That's why.
Yeah.
Because it's on the now it's like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday nights.
Yeah,
so if you're not
weekends are
here
gone.
Wednesday, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then he has
Literally.
footy and he travels and he plays. So I'm like,
and he like today, it's a Sunday, he's working from 10 till 2. I'm like, cool. And then we've got dance from 6.
Wait, he's working from 10 to 2. Kate and him start shooting at 2.
He doesn't know what they're doing. He wasn't sure because they hadn't confirmed. And I was like, I'm over it. I'm actually quite over it. But
we also
anyway.
have our dance class tonight.
Yeah, we have our dance class tonight.
Which was last night.
We've got, Japan booked. And I'm looking at booking Bali for Jackson's birthday and also my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
I can't remember for the life of me. Little period update, skin update. I got my period in Poland.
Yeah, random because like
So
the most
random.
body would have been stressed too.
Yeah, but also like was kind of relaxed in the sense of like just doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
So I got my period in Poland and it was perfect because I think it finished the day before comp started on the second comp. So that was great. My skin freaked out a little bit when I flew to Germany, like just from travel. And then it calmed down again. And then I had this facial done last week, the day before we had our muscle shoot.
I don't know why the fuck you would do that.
No, I don't know, but
it worked fine.
yeah, it was
like,
okay.
It was fine.
It was a couple of days before, I think. But I just got my usual enzyme, which was like I knew would be fine. I knew I'd break out a little because I hadn't had it in so long. But I also went in as a model for my skin lady and they were testing out this new like hair removal thing, but it also helps with like scarring. And then there's like 2 different types of it, but they didn't do the big one because like you can walk away with like face like scabs on your face if it's like done wrong. So we just did the hair removal, but it caused like really dry skin and like peeling. So that wasn't ideal, but the makeup artist absolutely slayed.
Oh, Jenny.
Jenny
we love
is amazing.
Jenny. Jenny is flying to our weddings.
Yeah.
Jenny is coming on tour. Jenny is Jenny.
Jenny is Jennying. She was great. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, I think that's me.
I have 2 more things.
Yeah.
Very quickly. The first one is if you're a school teacher or you work at a school, you work with kids, we want to speak a lot more like publicly and just get like our word out to the community. Yes, this podcast is such a good platform, but we're targeting like the older, not older demographic, but once you've left school pretty much. And we want to start this conversation with girls
Like high school.
in high school and the young, like slightly younger. So when you come out of school, you already have the tools that you need and the confidence to be able to go through that, because I found the hardest years of my life was from the year I left school until probably like 2 years ago. It was like the 5 years after I left high school were the hardest years of my life. And you're just finding out who you are and all of those things, because you're put in a box at school. Then you leave, you can do whatever you want and you feel so behind, even though you're really, really not. So we want to start that conversation earlier. So if you're a school teacher, reach out to us. We would absolutely love to do all that, or even sports teacher for your whatever, if that's netball, gymnastics, cheerleading, even acro, football, like whatever it is. We'd love to
and just like all things confidence, like fitness, health, like just like
fueling
a
your
bit
body
of,
correctly.
just a big variety and like kind of literally what we do on the pod, but just to like bring it into like that younger group, because it needs to be spoken about earlier.
It does.
Yep.
Second one. I'm obsessed with Alex Cooper.
I thought you were about to say Tate McRae.
No, I'm still obsessed with Tate McRae, but I have said not interested on multiple TikToks. So she stops coming up as much because my obsession got way too obsessive that it started making me jealous and envy her that I wasn't her. So I had to cut her out.
Do you guys know that Lily actually said she thinks she's more obsessed with Tate McRae than she's Taylor Swift?
Yeah. How
Huge.
hectic is that?
That's huge.
Because Tate just turned 22.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Let's not talk about it.
I'm 26.
Anyway, back to Alex Cooper.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched her documentary, Call Her Alex, you have to. It's on Disney. I literally paid $20 to watch, like just for the monthly subscription, cancelled it straight away. I bought it, and while I was watching, I cancelled it. So make sure you do that. And it was so freaking good and makes me have so much respect for her. I already did, but knowing the business brain behind her, incredible.
Yeah. Just love seeing behind the scenes. Like same as like Molly May documentary, like behind the scenes of someone like that.
Yeah.
You're just like.
It's also because they don't spam their stories like we do, right?
Yeah.
They don't do day in the lives. They're not doing like these. Alex Earl now does YouTube, but like these people don't do all of those things. So you don't know what they're doing from when they wake up to go to sleep. You don't know that they're doing back-to-back interviews. You don't know what they're actually doing. Whereas when she said on the like documentary that she had her live thing, her event, and then the next day got a call saying the vice president's coming in, and they had to organize within 24 hours. You don't see
full setup.
You don't see that happening behind the scenes. So I was just like
that's the
wow.
stuff we want to see.
And that's what I want to see.
That's what I love. So with like Molly May, she does YouTube. So her YouTubes are so raw.
Yeah.
Like so raw, which is so good. But you don't see like the business meetings and stuff. Whereas in her documentary, you saw all the shit that went wrong in her pop-up store, like all that sort of stuff. And you're like, yeah, I want to see this stuff. And like how they
I need to watch
manage
it. What's it on? Hulu?
I can't remember.
I'll find it.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I think it's on Prime.
Okay.
Which I've got.
Pay for a
So
month. Oh,
yeah, you can log in. Yeah, but honestly, it's all been happening.
It has.
That was my other two updates. Tomorrow night, I'm actually commentating at Nationals, which is so crazy because I had on my goals list for this year, which I need to – actually, I think I'm going to do that today because Jackson's, as I said, fucking working. So I'm cleaning and I'm actually meal prepping for him for this week because he needs to eat.
Don't send a photo to our group, please. Do not do that, because every time Tori comes back, she does all of Jackson's washing, cleans the whole entire house, and sends a photo to our group. And then Kate's like, "What the fuck are you doing, Lily?" And I'm like, "Working,
making the money." But just like complete side note, but I'm making breakfast wraps, teriyaki chicken and rice, and I'll do like oats or something. So he just has it in the fridge.
Go queen.
I know, I'm such a fucking good girlfriend. Put a ring on it already.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm commentating at Nationals, but I put it on my goals this year to do more public speaking, as we just spoke about. We want to speak at schools and things like that. So I'm like, it's time to take action on that. Now that things have like settled and World Cup is finished, that was the focus. I had a chat with my manager. We had our July meeting and I was like, more public speaking. I want to get the word out there. We've also reached out to the news because I really want to help bring more awareness to Acro. And a lot of people from Gymnastics Australia are like, what you're doing on YouTube's great, like just to try and bring more awareness to the sport. And obviously it's like a self-funded sport. So just things like that. And, you know, you tell people on the street and they're like, what's Acro? So it's...
We have to say gymnastics, but then it's so different.
Yeah.
It's like nothing like gymnastics.
Yeah, literally. So We've reached out to like 7 News, Today Show, 9 News, like all the things. So hopefully that can come to fruition. But yeah, then I got invited to commentate at Acro Nationals, which is, tomorrow night. So it's the first time they're live streaming all gym sports. So they've asked me to commentate, which is crazy. And then I've also been asked to speak at an AFLW before the bounce
That's cool.
event, the day before the AFL Grand Final.
That's crazy.
Which is so wild. And it's literally 2 days before Nationals. So I'm like, I'll have to train,
just works well.
go to the event, and then fly that night back to the Gold Coast for Nationals. So super cool. Like these opportunities that are coming up. And I just want to continue on that, which is cool. But the grind is real. Like 2025 ain't mucking around.
It's not messing around.
Not messing around. So we're here, we're grinding. We missed you and we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
With our weekly updates, episodes. Tori's back in Gold Coast next week, which is great, so we can record another episode. You don't have to batch.
Yeah.
Because, like, personally, I hate batching episodes.
Yeah.
Like, Tori and I do best when it's like, we needed to record now for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd rather the 2 days in between for editing, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we've made it work.
We have.
And we've nearly got there. So proud
I just
of
want
us.
to say as well, like, thank you so much for all of your support on our podcast episodes, because if there wasn't, we wouldn't continue doing this and working as hard for it. So
yeah.
We love you guys so much.
Yeah, as you've seen, we had a massive shoot with Muscle, which will give you like the beginning to the end updates next week.
Yeah.
But merch is coming.
It is.
And save your pennies.
Yeah.
And there's also something massive coming in August.
Yes, there is.
To tie in with the launch. So stay tuned, save your pennies.
Yeah.
And you'll have all the updates next week.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys so much and have the best week.
Bye.
Bye.